This is the 8th episode of the eOffice file learning series. And this is the 3rd episode related to the files. Today we will see how to close a file, how to reopen it, how to pull up a file from some other seat, if somebody is having charge of more than one seat, how to see all their files, how to download or print file, how to make an advanced search, and what are the features available in that. These are the things to be covered in this episode. First, let us see how to close the file. Now we are in the inbox of the file. If you want to close a file, you can simply choose the file, and from the menu above, you can choose Close. If you are an eOffice user with approval permission, you can close it. Otherwise you will have to send it for approval. Now we are in a user with approval permission. So Close option is available. Let us click on Close. Here we have to give the remarks and then click OK. A file is closed if there are no further steps to be taken in the file. If the user does not have an approve permission, then Send for Approval option is required to be chosen. After that, a remark has to be given and then click on the button, Send for Approval. Once you get an approval for that, later on, we will be able to close that. If you want to see the files that are sent for closing approval, then you have to choose the File menu. Then under the inbox, you can see an option, Submitted Files for Closing Approval. If you click Open that menu, then you can see all the files waiting for approval. Whether it is approved or whether the request is rejected, all these details will be made available. And the files closed in this manner will be available in the File menu, under a Closed tab, where you can see a menu option, with me. Let us open it. Now you can see all the files that are closed. If the number of cases in this section are more, you can search above by giving various parameters and then click on Search button. Later, in case you want to reopen any file, there is an option. In the Action column, Reopen button is available. After clicking that, you need to give the remarks and then click OK button. In case the user is with approval permission, then he himself can open it. Otherwise, in place of reopen, you will be getting an option, Send for Approval. So after sending the reopening request, after getting an approval, then you will be able to reopen the file. Suppose you want to reopen more than one file at a stretch, you can choose all the files, and then from the top menu, you can choose Reopen. So after sending the request for reopening a file, you can get the details under File menu, under the Closed section. There is the option called Submitted Files for Reopening. So here you can see all the files that are requested for a reopening. On the other hand, let us see where these files will be reaching in the approving authority. You can see, under the File menu, there is a menu called Approval Request. After the approving authority, clicking that menu, all the requests will be showing. And they need to take the action. So they have to choose the particular file and then choose Approve or Reject from the above menu that appears. So this is the manner in which the approving authority approves a reopening or closing request. Now let us see how to pull up a file. That means, if the file is existing in your seat, there is no restriction in taking an action on the file. But if the file is not in your seat, if it is with some other seat, then you need to pull it up, then only you can take some action. That file may be in some other seat in your section, or it may be under your hierarchy. Now, in your inbox, by default, we are seeing the files under your seat only. But there is an option to change the file view. Let us choose Section from here. Now it is showing all the files that is in the section in which our seat belongs to. Wherever you are seeing a link in the file number, those are the files that belongs to your seat. Rest of the files belongs to some other seat. In case you want to pull up any of these files, you can choose one or more of them, and then you can click Pull Up from the top menu. Certain conditions are there. If some action is in progress in some file, you will not be able to pull it up. Now, certain officers will be in charge of more than one seat. So in that case, let us see how to see the files. In those cases, under the profile section, the seats under your charge will be visible. For that you need to click the profile on the top right corner. Whatever seats you are choosing, all the files and receipts and everything will be shown accordingly. If you are in charge of more than one seat, there will be an option available, All. So if you choose All, you will be getting a consolidated view of all the files and the receipts under all your seats. So by seeing all the files, you can take action on the basis of the priority. Another provision available is to download or print a file. For that, let us enter the inner page of a file by clicking the file number. Here we can see a print option on the top right corner. Let us click it. Here we can see some option for taking the print. See that the content is categorized in various ways. You can take the print of noting, details, correspondences, drafts like that. Also there is an option to print the complete file at the end. On choosing any of these, the content will be visible on the right hand side. There is an option for customizing the content. So if you click customize against a content, you will be able to choose what are the details to be included. If you customize the details, you can choose what are the things to be included. Similarly, customization is possible in every category. In case you want to download it, you can press the download button to get it in PDF format. You can give the remarks. You need to specify the particular purpose for which this download is required. Let us click download. We can download the PDF document in the desired location of your computer. Let us open the downloaded PDF. So you can see that all the details are available. In this manner, you can download and keep any particular portion of the file. Another option that is available, which is of very use, is the advanced search. Advanced search is available in the quick access menu under Files. Advanced search is also available under Receipt and Issue. After giving advanced search, here also you have got 3 tabs. You can choose between File, Receipt, and Issue. Let us click on the file. As search parameters, you can give computer number, file number or subject, whether internal or external origin. Then if you want to include closed also, you can tick this option. Before that, we can set the search scope also. You can set the scope for physical or electronic files. Let us click the settings. Here you can set the physical scope as global, department, section, like that. Similarly, you can also set the scope for electronic file. Now, global is chosen for both physical and electronic. If you wish to include more parameters in the search, you have got an option to add search parameter here. To include some parameters related to receive and send, choose that option. If you want to search related to file heads, you can choose that. If you want to search on the basis of file creation details, you can choose that too. So you can set the search parameters on the basis of all these things. If you do not want these parameters, close button also available. After giving the parameters, you need to click the button, Search File, for the output. It will get the list of files on the basis of the criteria that we have given. If you want to filter this result, filter option is available. You can choose active, created, parked in this manner. If we want to download this list, download option is provided. Let us click on download. You will be getting the list in Excel format. You can choose the folder in which the file has to be saved. Now, we can configure the columns that are to be listed out. Here you have got an option Add remove output fields. If you click, you can see that, by default, 4 fields are available that you cannot remove. Apart from that, you can decide what are the fields to be included. You can include or exclude by ticking the checkbox. The columns that we have chosen only will be shown in the list. So you can view or download the required columns in this manner. Another important thing is that you can take some actions from this list itself. Various types of action are available based on the type of the file. You can see the actions under the actions column, so you can see applicable actions against each and every file. All the actions that are possible are given above. There is an option for sending a file. There is option for reopening files, close files. There is an option for receiving the physical files. Then there is option for pulling up files from other seats. Option for pullback if it is sent by us. Then there is npark option for nparking some parked files. But all these actions are not applicable to all the files. But whatever actions are applicable that you can see under the actions column. For example, this file, npark option is there. That means it is a parked file. This particular one, we can pull up as it is available in some other seat in our section. This file is existing in our seat, so send option is available for sending the file to some other seat. So in this manner, whatever actions are possible against each file, that will be shown here. If you want to pull up a particular file, you can click this pull up against that file. Then we need to give the remarks and then click OK button. If you want to see more rows in a page, you can choose from here. Also, there are buttons available to move to next page, previous page, like that. This is a very useful feature. This feature is also available in receipt and issues. So this much to learn about the files. Thanks for watching.